Hi, I'm Chris, and welcome back to the channel. In this very brief journey I've had on YouTube, I noticed that the most popular video I had was ranking all the limited edition Snow White dolls, so I figured, maybe I should continue doing that series. So we're gonna go chronologically, so the next Disney Princess movie to have enough limited edition dolls to do a ranking of is Cinderella. And if you know me from the world of cosplay, then you know that Cinderella is a character that is very special to me and has definitely given me a lot of opportunities. I think a lot of us have a relationship with the story of Cinderella in some way, in some aspect. Walt Disney, his favorite piece of animation in his entire lifetime that was part of his own company was Cinderella transforming. So the same rules are going to apply that I did for the Snow White video, and basically the rule is it has to be the 17-inch limited edition dolls of any version of Cinderella created by Disney. So let's get started. The worst to me, and if you've been following this page, you're gonna think I'm just a Lady Tremaine hater. I mean, yes, I don't like Lady Tremaine as a character. I think she is basically the Nurse Ratched of the Disney universe. But this doll, her dolls all suck. And this doll would have been fine, but it's the campy insanity of her collar and her sleeves. It's just, I don't know who approved this, and I don't understand the purpose of it. So it just doesn't look right. It's bad. Her face is fine. I mean, it does the job. It's not as good as the Villain's Masquerade face, because that one at least has like the snarl. It's the worst, and the amount of money that it's going for right now is actually psychotic, and I can't believe people are actually paying for it. So it's a no for me. So next is, I think, the worst doll of Cinderella herself. It is the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World doll. The reason it's ranked this low is I love a theme. A couple of years beforehand, it was the 60th anniversary of Disneyland. The theme was the Diamond Celebration. Everything was sparkly and blue and silver. It was all a running theme, just in color palette, in motif, everything. They did a Aurora for the 60th anniversary as a collectible doll. She has this blue sparkling dress and silver tiara that goes with the theme of the Diamond Celebration. When we look at the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, there is a motif that is gold and then holographic in some way. It's a lot of lavender and periwinkle and purple, like a little bit of pink. It's very holographic, is the only way that I can describe it in my little head. So when this doll came out, I don't know what, but she doesn't look like she's a part of it. And what makes it worse is when you look at the packaging is doing the 50th anniversary color motif. And yes, she has, like, you can barely see it, but the castle is like imprinted on her dress. I kind of just wish that it actually fit with the motif of the 50th anniversary celebration. Artist online, Max Steven, did his own version of the dress, and this would have worked perfectly, or something in this world. Next up, we have the first Cinderella limited edition doll from 2012. So this one, she looks like there was this girl on this episode of The Simple Life when Paris and Nicole were like doing like beauty pageant boot camp for like these little toddlers and tiaras girls. And there's this one girl, and from my memory, I'm sure when I look at a picture, it's not going to be what I think, but she had like very bouffanty platinum blonde hair and like all this makeup and like these light pink lips. And that's kind of what Cinderella is giving in this. Like, do I live for it because it's sparkly and blue? Yes. Have you met me? But it's also, she just looks crazy. Like, compared to like what would end up coming from other limited edition Cinderella dolls, this one is just wild. You know, we can't be too harsh on it though, because this was when that 2012 redesign for the Disney princesses was happening. So I think they were trying to push that whole new aesthetic. It's pretty and I really like the packaging, but it's just not the best of like an interpretation of her ball gown. Next, we have just recently the 75th anniversary Cinderella doll. From my minimal knowledge, this is supposed to be based on some of Mark Davis's concept art. This is a running theme that's been going on recently with a lot of the limited edition Disney dolls, where they are based on some sort of concept art in some way. And I love this idea. I just wish that they would really show the concept art more, or choose something that's just not as similar as what her dress ended up being. When you look at it, it looks like her dress. And a lot of people who just don't pay attention to limited edition dolls, or they do, they were confused why she had sleeves as opposed to gloves. Because when you look at the rest of the dress, it kind of just does kind of just look like her regular classic ball gown. So it's fine, it's pretty, and again, it's not the best interpretation of her classic ball gown. I mean, it's definitely a little better than the one before. The next doll on our list is the Platinum set that came out for the 70th anniversary of Cinderella. It is of her wedding dress and with Prince Charming. Prince Charming, I don't know what's going on with his face, but it docked points because, I don't know, he doesn't look as mature as the other male dolls that have existed in this line. So that confused me. Her dress is okay. I think it's pretty, and it's funny. I feel like nobody cared about this when it came out. Like, it wasn't making a splash. I mean, it was February 2020, so, you know, we were about to go into it. I think that the regular release, not the platinum version, but the regular release limited edition doll from this year is a lot more of note. So I think that was a big part of it. And this definitely was like the end of like the wedding platinum sets for the Disney limited edition dolls. It was a good run. Next up, we have the limited edition doll of the 2015 live action Cinderella, the regular release. I don't like the holographic, meant to say pearlescent skin, not holographic skin. Pearlescent. So if you ever hear him say holographic to describe the skin again, he's saying pearlescent. Skin that they did, this was a thing that they were doing in the year 2015, particularly in the year 2015. Don't ask me. They did this with Jasmine. They did this with the Frozen sisters, did it with the designer size Ariel doll, I think, from this year. I don't know what was going on in 2015, but they kept trying to make this fetch happen so bad. It's like, it's fine. It doesn't... Okay. I actually had this doll, and I kind of want her back just because my favorite interpretation of the story of Cinderella is the 2015 movie. Again, if you know me from cosplay, you know that Cinderella is I'm literally in this book for that. Kind of wish it was a little more opulent and a little more respectful to the designs of Sandy Powell. I understand that it's different to like be like working in a factory and making however many of these limited edition doll dresses there are, but I don't think it really fully encaptured the gorgeousness of that dress. I think it's beautiful, and this is the first time they did this new kind of packaging. I also don't think that the Disney Store Cinderella dolls look like Lily James that much, but it's not like hideous. It's just, she doesn't look very happy. Also, maybe Lily James is not that happy, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely better than the Emma Watson dolls. So the one that I think is better just for the doll is the wedding doll that they did for the live action Cinderella. I think that this really, I don't even know how many, I think they only made like 500 of them or something, but it's so pretty, and I think it does a little bit better job. They don't have the holographic skin tone on this one, and I appreciate that. I just think she looks really nice. This is my favorite Cinderella wedding gown too. You know what, and overall, Sandy Powell's designs for Cinderella are just so fantastic. I love that it's able to be its own story of Cinderella without actually having to rely on the animated Cinderella, even though they're from the same studio. I never looked at them as supposed to be like a new version of the animated version. I just always chose to look at the live action movies, I call them IP movies, as more just new ways to tell the classic story. But that's why I have big gripes with movies like Beauty and the Beast or Aladdin, who are really trying to ride the coattails of the animated counterpart by looking like them. I think that was one of the big problems with the Snow White movie. And like, the Snow White movie is not bad. Like, everyone's making out to be like, this is an awful movie. I think the big problem with the marketing was the big problem. And I don't like that the director asked Sandy Powell to design something that looked like the animated characters, because I think it actually hindered the movie in a way. I wish that they looked completely different and stood out more as their own Snow White movie, but Disney just can't help themselves. I could do more on the Snow White movie, but we're talking about Cinderella. So the next on the list is the 70th anniversary Rags Cinderella. People love this doll. This doll is so sought after in the collector world, and I guess it's just because a lot of people never do Cinderella in her rags. Yeah, sure. I do think this is actually beautiful, and that's why I put it as high as it did. I think that they did a really good job with the top and the apron and her hair. I don't love that her full brown skirt is just like a plain brown skirt, especially for a limited edition doll. I would have liked a pattern, but I understand that there's a lot going on, so it might have been too busy. But also, I kind of wish they did what they did for the Briar Rose doll from the year before, where her skirt was just kind of shorter. I feel like that would make more sense design-wise for Cinderella's rags. But again, I know it is a limited edition doll and people want, their money's worth. So I guess having a full skirt is just the choice that they made. But I think it's really good. And I love the little Gus Gus in her apron. I love Gus Gus. How could you not? Like, even if you don't like the animated Cinderella, you can't say that Gus Gus is not adorable. Number one. Maybe I'm biased by this being my number one, because I own this doll, but it's the Saks Fifth Avenue Cinderella doll from 2018. I just have to say too, I'm shocked that Saks Fifth Avenue did not continue their collaboration with Disney after the Frozen 2 dolls. I wish that they continued, because they did a Snow White the year before, which we talked about in the last video, and then they did this gorgeous, gorgeous piece. I don't know what happened. Was it the pandemic? Like, did something change? I think it's just one of the best dolls that Disney has ever put out. I think it's the best doll of Cinderella, like not even just limited edition dolls. I'm talking everything. I'm talking when Baiken did the dolls in the 80s. I'm talking Madame Alexander, Tonner, Disney Store, Mattel, Hasbro. You name it, this is just the best. The embroidery is gorgeous. The stoning is gorgeous. The color choices they did are phenomenal. She looks just so stunning. Her gown is so full, and like the top is different from the animated, but at least it like stands out as like a different thing. It is the most perfect version of the classic Cinderella dress that we all know and love. So there you have it. That is my ranking of every limited edition Cinderella doll. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below if you have any of these dolls. And also comment, what is your favorite version of Cinderella? Thank you.